So, you're thinking of moving to Littleton, Colorado. In this video, we're going to share everything you need to know about the pros, the cons, the good, the bad, about living in Littleton, Colorado. So, Littleton is about 11 miles southwest of Denver. Primarily is Littleton Public Schools, which are excellent schools, and they are in the top 20 most safe and secure school districts in the nation. The population of Littleton is 46,000, and the percent of home ownership is 60%. So 40% of the people who live in Littleton actually rent. The median income is $83,000, and the median home value is $472,000. So stay tuned, and we will share everything you need to know about the possibility of moving to Littleton, Colorado.
If this is your first time to our channel and you want to know everything there is to know about living in Denver, Colorado, or today Littleton, Colorado, then make sure you subscribe below or tap the bell for notifications so you can be the first to know about the market here in Denver, Colorado. I'm Michelle Wise.
And I'm Cheryl Crown.
And we are Living in Denver, Colorado. We get calls and emails every day from people just like you looking to make the move to Denver, Colorado. Whether you're looking to move in 9 days or 90 days, give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email. All of our contact information is down below. While we are realtors here in the state of Colorado, the main purpose of these videos is to inform you and give you information about all the cities and towns in and around the Denver metro area so that you can make a knowledgeable and educated decision to make a transition to Denver, Colorado.
Okay, to get started, we're going to start with the pros of living in Littleton. And we have decided that the number one pro about living in Littleton, Colorado are the amenities. There are so many things to do, whether it's shopping, Chatfield Reservoir for swimming and boating and camping, hiking. You have museums, the Botanical Gardens on Santa Fe, a tattered covered bookstore, Aspen Grove Shopping Mall. That's a great shopping mall.
You can live pretty much anywhere in Littleton and have access to all of that. There's a movie theater, there's a couple malls, one outdoor mall in Aspen Grove, an indoor mall in Southwest Plaza. Of course, just every big box store you could think of. Plus it has a lot of mom and pop places, which we'll touch on a little bit later.
Absolutely. So moving on from amenities, proximity is also a huge pro of living in Littleton. There's actually a direct connect on the light rail from Littleton down to downtown Denver. So it's super fast, get you there really quickly, like within 15 minutes.
Yeah, and you can transfer at that location to go out to the airport if you want.
And then proximity to the mountains, because it is on the west side of the Denver metro area. You can be in the foothills in minutes and then heading up 70 to go skiing, or in the summertime hiking, rock climbing, whatever it is that you want to do, snowboarding.
Yeah, you can get to the resorts if there's not a big traffic jam. You can get to the ski resorts from Littleton in about an hour, which is great, because if you're on the east side of the metro area, then you add about 30 to 45 minutes additional to that.
Exactly. And pro number 3, what we really love about Littleton is the historic downtown. It is so charming, one of my favorite downtowns in the Denver metro area. There's everything. There's a butcher shop, coffee shops, the Melting Pot, which is like a fabulous fondue restaurant, which is actually in a haunted building, so they say, so you have to go check that out.
I don't think I've ever seen any ghosts there though.
No, but there's good stories. And then there's so many homes like right around downtown, so that the walkability is actually pretty good. If you are okay living in a 1950s to 1970s house, well, I guess it's kind of part of our cons.
Yeah, I mean, that kind of takes us to that next step. In the downtown central portion of Littleton, kind of that original section of Littleton, the homes were built between the 50s and the 70s, and then you even go out a little further and it's in the 90s. So to get something that's brand new in Littleton, if that's what you want, and to some people that can be a con, you have to go a little further out to the outskirts of Littleton, the further south edges. There's a little bit of newer build on the west side, but back to the pro of the historical downtown section, a lot of those neighborhoods down there, or some of those lots that are the older sections, people are buying the lot, either scraping the lot or doing complete rehabs on these homes. So, you know, even some of the older ones that from the outside may have some of the older structure look, the older build look, they've been completely renovated inside and are absolutely beautiful. Or this is a positive to this, or a pro, is that, you know, if you want to come in and get something that's at a little lower price value, because those rehab houses that have been completely redone, gutted, scraped, you're gonna pay a premium for those. So that you can get into that lower price point in some of these older homes and then have the ability to do what you want to it. So, and over time. So if you don't have all the money right off the beginning, you have that chance to go in and make it your own by adding your own sweat equity over the course of however long you want to be there.
And then the other con that we determined was the proximity to the airport compared to some other suburbs in Denver, in the Denver metro. If you're going to be on the east side or the south side, it's a little more convenient to get to the airport. If you're in Carroll, good 45 minutes plus, traffic permitting, and that's with a toll. If that's something that is a consideration for you, if you're going to be spending a lot of time going to and from the airport, Littleton might not be the best choice for you.
Right, yeah, and our tolls here are a little high, I think, compared to some other places. So, you know, I don't know the exact dollar amount, but it's gonna cost you a pretty penny to get to the airport on the toll road. And if you watch my Google Map video tour of Littleton, you'll see where we're talking about that proximity. Littleton sits down on the lower southwest corner of the big Denver metro area, and the airport's almost at the top northeast corner. So you either have to drive all the way through the city or outskirt it with those toll roads. So yeah, again, if that's important, you know, if you're not going to the airport, it's a great location. Again, the biggest thing I think for that location is that proximity to the mountains. I mean, if you're living in Colorado, you want to be in the foothills, you want to be on the lakes, you want to be doing all those outdoor activities that we're so famous for here. And Littleton's a great location to be able to do that from.
Well, and water is scarce in Colorado, so being super close to Chatfield Reservoir is rare because you don't have a lot of options water-wise in Colorado. So if you have a boat, or if you have a stand-up paddleboard, or a kayak, or you know, whatever it is that you do on the water, being that close to Chatfield is definitely a plus.
Yeah, and Chatfield is one of the few here in the metro area. We have several bodies of water, but several of them won't allow you in or on the water if you're in a motorized
vehicle.
boat. So some of them you can't swim in, some of them you can't paddleboard in, but Chatfield, you can have your motorboat, you can go water skiing, you can go tubing, you can swim, there's a swim beach, there's paddleboarding. It's a full service, full amenity lake. So that's a big bonus because there's a couple, like I said, a couple that don't allow any of that because it's the drinking water. It's the water where the cities get their drinking water from.
Yeah. And as always, the pros and cons are subjective. So just because it may be a con or a pro to us, it might not necessarily be to all of our buyers. And so it's really dependent on who you are and what's important to you. Okay, so there you have it. Littleton, Colorado, pros and cons. If you're new to our channel, thank you for joining us. Please be sure to like or subscribe below so you'll be the first to know about everything there is to know about living in Denver, Colorado, and today, Littleton, Colorado. Pros and cons, Littleton, Colorado, details. Oh, it's me.